So what do you think? Can, can we do anything about this, Lauren? I mean, I really need to get rid of this hammer guy.
I mean, I don't know. This entire thing's a mess.
You're telling me they somehow wrote it into the contract that he got my apartment. I am currently living with my mother.
You know you shouldn't have signed this, right?
Hey, look, I was just following the advice of the guy that you suggested. All right. I don't know anything about this legal stuff.
What guy? What are you
The
talking
guy, you know, the guy. I messaged you the day of blowout. You said you couldn't help, but that you knew a guy, and I just listened to him. I'll send you the message. There, see? Yeah. Look. Listen to him.
I don't know what this. I've never seen this. It's not.
We never seen that.
I mean, I don't know who Paulie G is.
Well, if you didn't say, then who? Nikki, I should have known. Oh, jeez. Can we do anything?
I mean, I'll see what I can do.
I really need to move out of my mother's house. I'm a grown man.
This is a Flying Cow production.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Movie Battles, the very best of Disney and Pixar movie trivia. My name is Vernon, the victorious one green, I guess is the way that it is usually said on this channel. And I am joined by the stats pro herself, Megan McCurley. Megan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Excited to be starting this new season and kind of previewing what all we're going to be seeing moving forward into this next season of Movie Battles.
You said it best. Season 2 is starting, and this is going to be kind of a preview show of Season 2. And normally we would have the Flying Cow, Clay Johnson, with us, as he is the creator, founder, president of Movie Battles. But for some reason, he seems to be missing in action. And
yeah, I haven't heard anything from him. I assumed he was going to be here by the time we got started, but I guess we can just get started maybe without him.
Yeah, I was told we would have...
Sup, losers?
What is this? The hammer?
Yes, the hammer. Thank you for recognizing me, Vernon. I mean, you call yourself an expert in movie battles and you don't know the hammer when you see him? Come on. 3-time champ. 3-time former champ. Get it right.
You know, before we get started, I did want to ask you about that 3-time movie battles champion. Mm-hmm. What did you do? Face yourself to become 3 times movie battle champion? Because I don't have any footage of you on record playing for the championship.
You know why? Because it was underground. Only people that deserve to know about it knew about it. Okay, I won the title in a prestigious tournament in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, I defended against greats like the bowler Scoots McGee. Ever heard of them? No, of course not, because you're not good enough.
I got you. Megan, what do you think about this character here?
Well, you know, as I don't have stats on him, I tend to call it as I see it. Well, time will tell what my opinion is.
Very questionable facts from the hammer here. I guess you're coming aboard to talk about the upcoming matches and predictions for season 2 for the first leg of this season.
I am, because as you guys saw at the end of Blowout, I'm now in charge. That's right. So this is just to let everybody know what's going to be happening, some of the new things coming around the bend, some of the new matches, some of the new players. It's going to be pretty interesting in the Hammer's regime. Just telling you that. And just so you know, you won't have to worry about seeing that cow around for quite a while.
I happen to like the cow, but okay.
Yeah, well, of course you do. Of course you do, Vernon.
Well, without further ado, we definitely want to get into some of the preview special and not talk about the Hammer the entire time that we're here. So the first thing we want to run up against, and Megan, we're going to be leaning on you for this since you are queen of the stats. Let's do a ranking rundown of the players of movie battles as they stand right now.
Absolutely. So if we're just going to kind of go from the bottom up, actually, we're going to start off with our two competitors down at the bottom are going to be Dastardly Dan Van Heil and Andy Too Sweet. Both of them are sitting at 0 and 1. Moving up another bracket up here at 14 and 15, we've got Steven the Goof Levin and the cooler Chris Diaz. Both of them are still waiting for that win to come under their belts, but they round out our 14 to 17 spots. Then we move up into the Spaniard, David Garcia. His record currently sits at 1 and 1, as well as also sitting just above him by virtue of having a KO versus a TKO, and his accuracy is number 12, Little Boat Caleb Boatman. So both of them having similar records, but again, due to accuracy and the way in which they won their respective match, we have them positioned this way.
Yeah,
We
and
move up.
Caleb's better.
Hammer, could we
Time
let...
will tell. Time will tell as we move into the next season. But with your permission,
You're the
I'm
one
going
that's
to
got
move
him ranked
on.
above. I'm just saying.
Well, just saying, there's about another half of them still above these two. So let's move on.
Yes.
We have got next the King, Caleb Coho, sitting at our 11th spot. His record is 1 and 2. And just above him, again, due to some differences in accuracy, even though they have the same record, is going to be our number 10, Mr. VHS himself, Nazario Montenegro.
It's a margin for error.
Margin for error, regardless, those are the hard fact numbers.
Yes, and facts. It seems that the Hammer is very opinionated on his views of this ranking. So I would like to continue with the facts. So Megan, if you please.
Absolutely. So again, we are getting into our top 10 ranking of competitors. We've got number 9, the gentleman Patrick Hill, who just got his first win during the blowout event. He's now sitting at 1 and 3. And then just above him is going to be Watkins, the Watkins, who played in our season 2 preview during blowout. She is sitting at 1 and 4 with a TKO on her record. And just above her, the person who beat her in the season 2 preview in number 7 is the party monster Pardis Jesse Dawson, sitting at 2 and 1. Now we get into our number 6. We've got the philosopher Kevin Poss with a 2 and 1 record with 2 TKOs in his record. Just above him is the number 5, the fairest Amanda Van Heil, sitting at 3 and 3. And then we move into so now we're in our top 5 with some number 1 contenders that just recently played and top ranks inside of our last tournament. Our bottom here is going to be the litigator, Lauren Collins, 3 and 3, who had that amazing run through our latest tournament. Just above him is the Mad Dog, Brian Nussbaum, at 3 and 2. And then we have our top 3 with the chart master Hannah Kiefer, former number 1 contender. Remains to be seen. Call her overrated, but she still has a 5 and 3 record. And just above her is our former champion, Nikki the Nova Baldwin, at 5 and 1. And of course,
I'm sorry, you said former, soon to not be former anymore. Just gonna say that.
Well, if you allow me to continue, our current champion being the most recently crowned, the Mad Madam Kelly Meehan, who is currently at 6 and 0.
Miscarriage of justice, if you ask me.
So while we've got this pulled up, I do want to point out a few things.
Yes.
We look at the number 2 competitor, who is ranked number 2, the chart master Hannah Kiefer.
Mhm.
I look through this list and I do see a lot of TKOs. And while the Hammer says she is overrated, let's look at that next stat there. 4 TKOs.
Yes,
That is quite impressive.
yes, and that currently is the record for the most TKOs in the league as it stands currently. The
Hey, a
next
broken
one,
clock is right twice a day. I'm just saying.
well, apparently she's right 4 times because she's gotten 4 TKOs.
Very
So
true. Very true. But yes, as you can see, Kelly Mahan, the Mad Madam, #1, the champ, 6-0 record. She came through like a wrecking ball last season, and while the Hammers associate Nikki the Nova Baldwin does sit at a 5-1, she still
The
had a
real
very
champion. You can just throw that in there, Vernon.
well,
the
Kelly
real
was the
champion.
only one to give her an O in this
That's
league.
very
So you have to give her a little credit there.
A little.
I
Okay.
believe that she does have the belt as of now, the championship, as I can say. So that's all that really matters, Mr. Hammer. So a great rundown of the rankings of movie battles right now. Some numbers in there, the competitors clearly are better than their record. So I can't wait to see what season 2 brings for a lot of these competitors, which,
Absolutely.
you have your number 16 and number 17, which we'll be talking about very soon. So who knows? Maybe the 16 and 17 spot will change up, and those people will go up further in the rankings with a win on their belt, because you've got a lot of O and somethings in there. And, that first win is going to catapult some of these players well up into the rankings. Hammer,
Absolutely.
I hate to ask this. Other than your associate or client, or however you want to call her,
Yeah.
who do you have your eye on in the rankings for this season?
Well, just so you know what we're both champions. Okay. We understand each other because we're both champions. In order to understand a champion, you have to be a champion. You're not a champion, Vernon, so you wouldn't understand. But
I understand that, yes.
But your question was what?
Who do you have your eye on other than the former champion?
Well, I mean, obviously, those that have shown talent. Okay. I brought up Little Boat, Caleb Boatman. Unfortunately, had a little setback in the beginning of the tournament, first round, lost to Nazario in a technicality, but he's going to be roaring back. All right. Mark my words. He's going to be roaring back next season. He's going to be a big boat. Okay. And then let's see. The King. I mean, some of these are going to be in matches coming up. So, I can talk about them then. But, obviously, yeah. I don't want to show all my cards right away, Vernon.
It makes me wonder if you even have cards to show. So,
I got cards.
with the rankings out of the way, we definitely want to take a look at some of our upcoming matches for season 2, which brings us up to our very first match airing on 127 tentatively. We have Andy Too Sweet versus Dastardly Daniel Van Heil. Megan, give us their record one more time and give us the accuracy rating so we can kind of talk about the strength of these two competitors.
Absolutely. So they are both sitting at 0-1, as I said previously. Dastardly Daniel Van House currently sits at a 62.5% accuracy, while Andy Too Sweet came in with a 46.7% in his match. Though Andy's match was very early on in the season, while Daniel's came in during the tournament. So you have to consider the different eras inside of the league when you're comparing these two.
Yeah. Also, a couple things. First of all, you're saying it wrong, Vernon. It's Andy Too Sweet. Okay. Second of all, yes, Andy's record, not the best. He's only played one match. And might I point out that that match was played under horrible circumstances. Okay. He had a horrible nickname. Okay. He was given opponent's choice. Okay. All of this stuff working against him. Since that, he's had an attitude change. Okay. He's calling his own shots, which I really respect. Love that. Okay. And I think he's going to be a completely new competitor coming out of this. All right.
Well, both players to me very strong. But again, the record, 63 and 40. Well, it was in the 40s, correct?
Yeah, 46.7. Yeah.
For an accuracy rating, I think both of these guys have better matches ahead of them, and as much as I, respect both of them, I'm going to have to go with Andy on his pick on this. For my pick to win the match, and granted, I think I might have somebody else's opinion on that too, but I did want to I do have some notes here that were texted to me because for some reason Clay is not allowed on the show. I don't understand.
No.
But
You can't come on here. No.
Clay has picked Daniel for this first win coming out of week 1.
Yeah.
So clearly, Hammer, you don't agree with that. And
No, I
Okay.
don't. No, like I said, okay, first of all, you talk about low stats, Daniel. Who started out the tournament with low stats? Yeah, that would be the litigator Lauren Collins. And we all see what happened there. Okay. Just had a bad first match. All right. Obviously, he's going to do much better going forward. And with this new attitude change, I think the sky is the limit for two. Sweet. All right. So yeah, I'm picking Andy here.
Megan, you wrap us up here. What do you have for your pick for this first match?
I'll say, as I said, both of these similar in that they have yet to get that first win, which means they both have a lot to prove. And I had the privilege of getting to talk to both of them when Andy came in and to debut his new attitude during Blowout. I got to see the tenacity that he's coming into this season now with. But I also see the determination in Daniel. He was called out by Andy, and I think that's going to brazen him up to come in and prove that he deserved to have that spot to kind of substitute in during the tournament. So I think I'm going to go with Daniel on this one.
All right. So
Now,
between go ahead.
I will say, okay, this whole thing, one of the things that Andy said when he came in, he called out Daniel. You know why? Because Daniel took his spot. All right. That's what you do when things are done a little shifty. All right. You challenge the guy that took your spot. You challenge the guy that took his spot. And then after he beats Daniel, he's going to play Amanda. All right. And he's going to beat her too.
Just taking on the whole house. I see where he's going. I have to give a little bit of respect to the tenacity there, but let's hope he doesn't try and cash a check he can't cover.
Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't have that negative balance going into that first match. So it looks like we split. Huh?
Huh?
What?
Okay. Well, since he likes to mumble and be in between people's phrases or sentences, we've cut an even matchup between those two, to Daniel, to Andy there. So that's going to bring us up to our next match, which is tentatively scheduled for February 3rd, where we have the King, Caleb Coho, versus Mr. VHS, Nazario Montenegro. Megan, take it away with the rankings of these two players, and let's talk some stats.
So again, similar vein, both of them are sitting at 1 and 2. However, as I stated earlier, Nazario is coming in with an 85.1% accuracy, and Caleb is coming in with a 76.6. So very similar, actually. Like, I will say statistically significant, but not a drastic 20-point difference. So this one is definitely going to be, I feel, a pick 'em. Because again, similar number of matches, they've both gotten that one win under their belt, but they've hit some speed bumps during the tournament. So I think this one is going to be much closer than I think people might be giving credit.
And while you think it's going to be close, let's go ahead and take your pick for who you think is going to take it away here.
Oh, goodness. So for this one, it could very well come down to what that wheel spin is going to be. So this one is very, very tough for me to pick. However, I'm liking Nazario's chances here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with him.
All right. So
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
You know what? You said it accurately before, Megan, when you said it's a pick 'em. Well, guess who I'm picking? I'm picking the king. All right. How can you ever choose against the king? He's the king. Okay. Caleb, yeah. You know what? He's 1 and 2. Okay. He got a rough. Once again, this is another player that was treated badly in the old regime. All right. His first match, he gets put up against Kelly. Okay. Why would you put a king up against a bulldozer? That's not fair. Okay. So, King, okay, wins his second match and then gets blindsided by Lauren in the third match. But this season 2 is when the king takes the throne. Okay. This is his season. So, yeah, picking the king over the video store clerk. All right.
So it looks like we've got 1 for Caleb, 1 for Nazario here. And as I'm checking my messages here, the cow has phoned in and he has picked in Nazario as well. And I hate to tell you, Hammer, but I'm on board the Nazario train for this one. It's time to pick up a VHS. Be kind, rewind. Let's get that win for Nazario.
What's with all of you Kevin Smith fans? Okay, I don't get it. What is the thing with Nazario? Whatever. The
Why
king's
is it
gonna
every
take
time
it home,
somebody has
and it's-
a argument, they bring up Kevin Smith? Kevin Smith is not the center of movie trivia.
Hey, you know what? Guess what, Vernon? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
If only it worked both
Hold on.
ways.
I can't hear you. What was that?
I said if only it worked both ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to the next pick for the February 10th match. And we are looking at a few great competitors here where we have the Spaniard David Garcia versus Lil Boat Caleb Boatman. Granted, I already know where the hammer is going to go with this, but Megan,
come on. This is a slam dunk.
Can I finish, please?
Have
Can
you
I finish?
seen Caleb play? Have you
have.
seen it?
I have. Have
seen
you?
it? I have. Yes.
Can-
Let's talk about
I-
facts here.
Can I give you
Megan,
some numbers here? Let me
Megan,
give you
give
a
us
couple
the
numbers
numbers.
here.
Yeah,
So-
big numbers.
Boatman has a KO. Garcia has a TKO. They've both dominated inside of their matches. Boatman has an 86.2. Garcia has a 74.2. Again, very similar numbers. They're coming in with a even record here with 1-1. They're trying to get above that 500. They know each other reasonably well, as was demonstrated during their match against each other. So there is a lot of history between these two. So I don't think this is going to be necessarily the slam dunk that you think it's going to be.
yeah, I have to go with the fact that both players, yes, are very strong. A KO technically is a little bit stronger than a TKO, but I like the heart of Caleb here. So I am going to start off the picks, and I'm going to go with Caleb in this match.
Yeah, and like I said, it is a slam dunk because, yeah, you know what? They both had great first matches. But if you compare their second matches to each other, they both lost. But Caleb lost so much better. Barely lost. Came down to the 5. David, he lost something there. I don't know. I was really starting to like him there. And then, I don't know. He just kind of, something happened in that second match. I don't know.
And what you have been so often saying, maybe he just had a bad game. So I'm going to say he's going to rebound, come back, and tie up the score between the two of them. So I'm going to pick David in this match.
So Megan has picked David. I have picked Caleb. Clay, has phoned in his response. And I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but it appears that the Hammer, myself, and Clay all have the same pick with being Caleb in this matchup.
Wait, you're telling me I agree with the cow?
I am very much saying that you and the cow are sharing the same pasture on this choice. Yes.
All right. He got lucky. He got one right.
I mean, you should be proud that someone is on your train on this one. You say it's a slam dunk, and you're the
It
conductor.
is-
So
I mean, he pays attention. He's not a complete idiot. Whatever.
you are a strange little man. Let me tell you, I can't read you for saving my life. So let's take this one on to the next match, where we have February 17th. We've seen a few great matchups getting ready to take place, but new faces are always a wonderful thing when it comes to movie trivia, because you get to see some new strengths. You get to see some players maybe bring out some new personalities that we haven't had. So a big refresh. And in season 2, we have 2 rookies going up against each other, where we have battling Brandon Rutledge versus the Atom, Jeremy Adams. I have yet to see anything from these 2 individuals, but I understand that the Hammer might have an opinion here, as he does on most things.
I do. Here's the thing, okay? I promised you guys I was going to make things more interesting, okay? This is the first initiative, all right? Bringing in new competitors, new blood to kind of stir things up a little bit, all right? Brought in battling Brandon Rutledge. This guy, the cow, has been keeping him out of the league since day one, bringing him into the fold. All right. Don't know what the cow was afraid of. All right. But we're going to see what he's got. All right. And Jeremy the Atom Adams. All right. Never seen this guy play in movie battles, but I've seen his knowledge in action. Dude's got the goods. All right. Both of these guys are going to be explosive. They're going to be crazy. They're going to be mind-blowing. I'm going to give the edge to Jeremy, though.
So, Megan, any thoughts on what the Hammer just said? We have to take his word for it here, I think.
Yeah, I don't have any new information to divulge on these guys. I don't have any numbers to pull from on this, so this is just kind of going to be a what's my gut telling me. I hate to do it. I'm a science geek, I'm a numbers geek. I like the atom here.
Okay. So I checked my messages again, and the Hammer says that the cow's been trying to keep people out, but it looks like the cow has picked Jeremy for this match. So,
okay, dude's been reading my notes. Didn't pay attention to the first few. All right, but these 2, he's cribbing, he's cheating on me, from me, whatever.
I really don't know what to say anymore. So this match coming up, this is the big match. This is the championship match.
Well, Vernon, do you have a preference on this match
That's right.
yet?
You didn't give us your pick.
You're
Vernon.
right, I didn't. I hate to give an unintelligent answer, which I know you might, feel differently about the way you give answers, but
I think there was a crack on you, Megan.
wow.
I know I have the numbers on my side, and when I don't defer to the numbers, I go to my good judgment, and it hasn't strayed me too far yet, so I can't say the same for you.
My picks have strayed me afar on some things from last season, but we're talking this season, and I guess I'm just going to go with the flow here, and I'll go ahead and trust the Hammer, and I'm going to go with Jeremy on this match.
And I will not be surprised if Brandon comes away with this one either, because
Absolutely.
we don't know.
know.
Apparently he's been wanting to be in this league for a while, so he's coming in with something to prove that he needed to be here. So
you would think that if the Hammer was going to champion for Brandon being held back by the cow, you would think he would have picked Brandon in this, and yet he
I
goes with
told
Jeremy.
you it
It's a
was a
very good
narrow margin. Okay, he's gonna be
Oh,
good,
now he
gonna
admits
bounce
narrow
back,
margins.
but I
Hmm.
think the Adams got this one. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, we can
He's
see what
just
kind
saying.
of lead of the league the hammer is going to be. Which side does the fish flop on now? So we're going to go to a tentative match here. We are not going to necessarily announce the date, but we do know we have a championship triple threat coming up. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is going to have fireworks written all over it. While the hammer does have his pick, we're going to go and look at the three competitors in this match. Of course, you have the champion, and that's going to be the Mad Madam Kelly Mahan, who last season was an absolute destroyer of worlds when it comes to Disney and Pixar trivia. You have the former champion, Nikki the Nova Baldwin, which all respect to the former champion. She still is a force to be reckoned with in the league. And then, of course, you have the person who I think has the most hunger coming into this season. She's been at the top of the mountain, gotten to look at the peak, but has never gotten to place her flag. It's the chart master, Hannah Kiefer. These three right here are going to put on a show like no other. And I think that Hannah is hungry, and Hannah's going to give the champion and former champion a run for their money. Megan, give us the stats of these three competitors. Obviously, it's going to be very close, very simple, but go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So, of course, Kelly's sitting at 6-0 currently with 1 TKO, 1 KO to her record. Total accuracy being 95.3. As soon as you get above the 90s, you instantly earn a point of respect in my books there. But nipping right at her heels are both of our number one contenders here. Nikki the Nova Baldwin being our most recent former champion, 5-1, sitting at 2 TKOs on her record. Total accuracy being 82.4. Then again, the one who's been nipping at the heels for the entire season, the chart master, sitting at 5-3 with 4 TKOs, as we mentioned earlier. Total accuracy being 82.9. So Nikki and Hannah are also very, very close. And then just with the amazing run that Kelly had during the tournament, she does have a reasonably higher accuracy currently, but on a tear during the tournament, having the time off, is that going to hurt her, or is that going to elevate her moving into this championship match against two competitors that are not going to go down quietly?
So who do you have for the match, Megan?
Oh, goodness. This match, I have enormous respect statistically for all three of these competitors. They have proven it time and time again throughout the season. Recency bias would tell you that, Kelly's done it the most recently. She has the edge here. Hannah's got a lot to prove. She has gotten to that number one contender match multiple times, has yet to get that final win. Nikki, wanting to get that belt back. She had it for the longest. She wants to have that back under her belt. But strictly from a numbers perspective and the consistency that I have seen, I'm going to give Kelly the defense in this match.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, numbers. Okay,
That's why I'm here.
well, I'm glad somebody knows. All right, look. Here's the thing. First of all, First of all,
give me a point that I can actually latch onto here.
All right. First of all, Vernon was very diplomatic about this whole delay. Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone what's going on. All right. Kelly looked at this field, triple threat match with the rightful champion, Nikki the Nova Baldwin, and Hannah Kiefer, three-time, number one contender. You're right, Vernon. She's reached the top of the mountain twice and fell off twice. Just not a very good mountain climber. But look, here's the thing. All right. Kelly got scared. All right. That's what happened. And she asked for a pause, a time out, so that she could gather herself and get ready as if you could ever be ready for the Nova. All right. But here's the thing. All right. Nikki is also getting some extra time. All right. To get ready. All right. You know, the cow called out Nikki several times when she asked for a moment to collect herself, didn't give it to her. All right. That is why we are in the situation that we're in. That's now why I have taken over. Okay. Because he didn't respect the Nova. All right. I'm just calling it out. Okay.
I hate to
Kelly got
admit
a
this,
little
but he is
scared.
right.
Wanted
He-
some time. All right. But it's not going to matter because Nikki is going to come in. She's going to reclaim that championship. All right. It's all gravy.
Vernon, you want to bring some sense back to this and give us your picks. And if does Clay have a pick in this as well?
He does, and
We can all
Is-
guess. Who is it?
as
Would
much as
you-
this hurts me to say, the hammer is somewhat accurate when it comes to the treatment of the former champion. There were several times that the champion needed a break, did not feel up to snuff when it came to a championship match, and literally had to crawl underneath desks to try to catch a break from the cow.
Yeah,
That
what's
part I will
about?
not argue. There was some truth to that. Now, did she really need a break? I'm not sure, but there is some truth to how she was treated afterwards. But with that being said, obviously you have Kelly, who is ready for anyone. As the hammer says, she's not ready. She was ready and probably is still ready. As much as I respect and love the former champion, Nikki just did not have her best game going up against the new champion.
Everybody
But-
has off games. She'll be back.
Would you allow him to finish, please?
I have here the pick from the cow, Clay himself. Clay does, in fact, pick Kelly.
Of course. Of course. Knew it.
But I am going to go against both of you. And or all of you, I'm going to go with Hannah on this match.
What?
I respect it. I
that's
respect
right.
it.
I picked Hannah.
She
for
couldn't
some
even beat
matches
Nikki,
last-
and you think she's going to beat both Nikki and
We
Kelly?
gave you plenty of time.
know
Let
what?
the man talk.
It's so here's the deal. It's triple threat rules with this, and
It is.
there could be some vital steals that Hannah picks up somewhere if someone drops the ball in some multiple choice questions. There's obviously going to be a betting round that maybe Hannah can pick up some points there. Hannah's not playing the two competitors, they're all playing each other. So to say that her record against Nikki is invalid, it's true. It's a different match because she is now playing her own new game where all three of them have to play their best. And you never know. We might not have seen Kelly's weakness yet, and Nikki might still be scarred from her loss. You never know. I'm sorry.
And to Vernon, to give you some credence to your pick, of the three of them, Hannah is the only one that has gotten to play in the triple threat format because her number one contender match was a triple
Exactly.
threat.
So
So
she
there
has some
is
experience.
absolutely.
So that is my pick. I'm going with Hannah in this match.
All right. Have fun losing.
This guy right here. I don't
Yeah,
even know if I want to do anything else this season if this guy's going to be in control. But I guess I'll have to deal with it.
You'll just miss all the excitement.
I guess, yeah. So that's the matches that we have for season 2.
That's right, Vernon. Those are just a few of the first matches coming at you now. All right. We're going to be introducing a whole lot of new competitors. All right. We're going to be introducing some new players, doing some exciting things. I'm going to be on the desk, so it's going to be exciting for a change. And also, okay, don't want to give too much away, but I am going to give you a bit of a tease. There's going to be a big new type of match coming up. Going to be very, very exciting. You're not going to want to miss it. All right. Neither are you, Vernon. Neither are you, Megan. All right. You guys are going to want to stay right here. All right. So I think that's about it. It's been your pleasure. So bye-bye.
Okay, I think I got something.
Really?
Okay. Unfortunately, your hands are tied creatively, but they can't actually keep you from calling matches.
Really? Well, I mean, that's something. At least I can stay involved. Anything else?
Yeah. You can move back into your apartment anytime, actually.
Really?
That was never legally binding. I think they just threw that in to mess with you.
Oh, well, I'm at least going to stay till Taco Tuesday.
Can't blame you there.